Well, you know, it's that time of the year. Time to be happy, time to bring Lord Lakshmi in the house. Wishing you all a very, very happy Diwali and season's greetings from my family to yours, from my kitchen to yours too. Now, the whole festive scene, which starts like after Dasera, going on to Diwali, Christmas, a bit to Jan. So literally these recipes which you are watching are not just kind of Diwali specific. They are party specific, festive specific, treating people, greeting people, making people happy, those kind of recipes. Now today, it's one of those very unconventional things which you find out that have you ever eaten a Palak Paneer? Of course you have. But you have not eaten a Palak Paneer Tikki with a dry fruit and tamarind chutney. As we always say, chalo, let's start cooking. Now, tamarind chutneys is a basic backdrop. It's like, for me, tamarind chutney is one of the greatest chutneys. Why? Because you can add different flavorings, different spices, different fruits. Like when the winter comes, I make a strawberry and tamarind chutney. Abhi Diwali hai, Tyohar hai, so I'm actually using a dry fruit ki chutney. Okay. Now for that I have tamarind ka pulp. Okay. So I've got about 1 cup of tamarind pulp over here, into which I'm going to be adding about a cup of water. Okay. Perfect. So I've got 1 cup of tamarind, I've got 1 cup of water. Uske baad, I have with me jaggery powder. Now, a lot of the chutneys use sugar and tamarind, but I prefer to actually use a really nice jaggery powder. So I've got about 2 tablespoons to 3 tablespoons of jaggery powder here. To this, I'm going to be adding a few spices. We're going to be adding about a teaspoon of red chili powder. I'm going to be adding 1 teaspoon of cumin powder. I'm going to be adding a teaspoon and a half of some salt, and I like to add a little bit of black pepper. Okay. Now you have recipes which have powdered ginger. You can even use that as well. A lot of the tamarind chutneys, they like to use amchur as well. You can do that as well. Sometimes I balance the sweetness actually with khajur, which I'm putting now. So I've got about 50 to 60 grams of dates which have been soaked, okay, and de-seeded. That is, if you don't have seedless dates. I also have about 20 to 30 grams of raisins. So this is all adding to the sweetness, and at the same time क्या हो रहा है, इसके साथ वो जो खट्टापन है उसकी balances हो रही है. And finally I have some lovely almonds. Okay, तो मैंने about 20 to 30 grams of बादाम भी डाल दिया मैंने. Okay, I like to skin my almonds. Okay, अभी हम इसे धीमी आंच पे प्यार से पकने देंगे और उसके बाद I'm going to be blending this. Okay, so now if you see, it has become quite liquidy. This is the reason why it is liquidy, because now we are going to cook it down. Now as you cook it down, क्या होगा? The flavor gets concentrated, even the jaggery starts getting thick, and ultimately after blending it, you're going to have a sensational chutney. Now this chutney is great if you want to use it to do a nice chaat, easily slip it inside a chaat. It's just amazing. So I'm actually doing a Palak Paneer ki Tikki along with a dry fruit tamarind chutney. Now one thing is there that when you're cooking with tamarind or any kind of sugar, okay, whether it's white sugar, brown sugar, jaggery, ये इसकी जो scum निकलती है ना, you got to keep on kind of taking it out, because if you're not using a good quality sugar, or sometimes जो उनके जो impurities है, okay, needs to be coming out. I'm not saying the impurities, but these are to be avoided. Okay, so I've removed this. So we are sorted with this. So for the tikki, I have a really nice bunch of spinach, which was originally about pav kilo, 250 grams of spinach, which has been actually blanched, squeezed out, chopped. Okay, so we've got this lovely पालक जो है, जो हमने इसको ब्लांच कर ली है बॉइलिंग सॉल्टेड वाटर में, उसके बाद ठंडे पानी में इसको ठंडा किया है, उसके बाद स्क्वीज किया है एंड देन वी चॉप्ड इट अप। सो ये हमारा पालक रेडी हो गया। तो ये पालक पनीर की टिक्की के लिए हम इसमें डालेंगे अबाउट 50 या 60 ग्राम पनीर, विच विल जस्ट मिक्स इट इन रियली नाइसली। टू दिस आई हैव लिटरली वन छोटा सा आलू, वन स्मॉल पोटैटो। तो ये भी हमने मिक्स कर दिया है। अभी हम डालेंगे इसमें मसाले, नॉट टू मच, ओके। थोड़ी सी नमक, a little bit of black pepper and थोड़ा सा गरम मसाला, okay. I was going to add ginger garlic, I was going to add chilies, but you know what, you don't really need it. So we've got this really nice mixture almost ready. Now to which I'm going to be adding some bhuna hua besan, okay, just a little bit as a binding. You will find recipes where people are using more potatoes as well. Some people are using corn flour, some people put maida, some people like to put some bread in it. Nothing of that sort. So here I've got a very nice, beautiful, fragrant one. Okay, so we have, now let's try and pretty good. Maybe a little more garam masala. Okay, and you know what I think for sure it needs? I think it needs a little bit of like 1 teaspoon of jeera powder as well. Okay. Now remember one thing. Again, I'm saying this. I mean, I sometimes feel like a broken record. Okay, that recipes are guidelines. Okay. Ultimately, जितना आप पकाओगे, आपको feel आ जाएगी. And once you get the feel of cooking, you will know exactly what should go in a recipe, what should not go in a recipe. And like that, you will be creating a lot of dishes on your own. Trust me. Now in this here, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to make these like about 40 to 50 gram balls. And ये जो है आप पहले से बना के ये मिक्सर बना के रख सकते हो in the fridge, and when your guests are coming, टपक से ऐसे गोटी बना के flat करके जैसे मैं बनाने वाला हूँ. And there we've got our amazing chutney reducing all the way. It's getting nice and thick and just the way I like it. So literally, we are going to get about 5 or 6 40 gram tikkis, okay? 40 grams to 50 gram tikkis, okay? Now these can be used as a tikki. You want to do mini burgers with it. आप बाहर से थोड़े से mini slider buns ले लो, and you can get some really nice palak paneer sliders if you want to have a party. Nice. उसके अंदर आप ketchup डाल सकते हो, थोड़ी सी tamarind chutney डाल सकते हो. Lots can happen over Diwali. So this much almost ready. Well, don't worry about perfect rounds, perfect shapes. At the end of the day, it's all going to go inside, right? So focus on the flavor, focus on the freshness, and that's what we're talking about. So now as you can see, जो हमारी जो चटनी है, हमारी इमली की चटनी ड्राई फ्रूट्स के साथ, मेवों के साथ, okay, मेवा, okay, is ready to be blending. Now remember boss, don't try these things at home. इसको आप बिल्कुल ठंडा होने दो, okay, उसके बाद आप इसे blend करना, because I have seen so many accidents in kitchens where chefs don't have much patience, home cooks don't have patience, and then what happens is that they lead to big disasters. So guys, make sure this is cool. I'm going to put this inside at the back, cool it down a little bit, going to blend it, and I'll be back. To fry or not to fry? Of course to fry, why not? I have Emami Ultralite Soyabean Oil, which has absolutely very low absorption or bilkul no chip. Beautiful, crispy, and you know what? Standard neutral flavor. यानी कि चाइनीज में मुझे फ्राई करना है, मैं कर सकता हूँ, इंडियन में कर सकता हूँ, इटालियन में भी कर सकता हूँ. So basically guaranteed cooking for all cuisines. Okay, frying, deep frying, shallow frying, sauteing, the works. So I'm going to be adding some of the oil in here. Okay, beautiful. अभी इसको कम कर देते हैं. So a nice little pat, flatten them. Beautiful. If you want to make nice lovely burger patties, you can do that. अगर आपको इसके साथ चीज़ के साथ स्टफ करना है, वो भी हो सकता है. lots can happen in your kitchen. Fantastico. So Palak Paneer Tikki is almost ready. Bilkul, no chip. Nice and lovely flavor. Nice and crunchy, beautiful. Will not absorb excess oil. This is exactly what I mean. Look at the top. Really nice and crispy, not oily at all, and lovely and pillowy inside. This is unbelievable. Look. I mean, I've fried these tikkis, but look, absolutely dry. Wow. So we have our beautiful tikkis ready. Now, as I mentioned to you, it's not just about Diwali. It's about just feeding people the right food, which is made with good, positive energy and fresh ingredients. And believe me, nothing can stop you from that. Brilliant. So we've got a beautiful, lush chutney here. Okay, अच्छी तरह blend हो गया है. And believe me, once you cool this down, you can keep this in the fridge for at least 1 or 2 months. Okay, now let's start plating. Beautiful. Diwali hai, let everybody enjoy. Palak Paneer Tikkis almost ready. I also have a little bit of dahi, which is going to give a really nice offset to this. Like a whole chart scene going on here. And then thoda sa red chili powder, है ना, a nice little sprig of coriander यानी कि धनिया, थोड़ी सी decoration कहिए. Now remember, we can always use beautiful flowers to garnish. वहाँ फूलों का time है, so you can use गेंदे का फूल, marigold, you can use rose petals. You get really good flowers now in the market. So make your plates look beautiful. Let there be a lot of love. There will be a lot of happiness in your life. From my kitchen to yours, and from my family to your family. Wishing you guys a very happy Diwali from Emami and Vicky Ratnani. Have a lovely evening.